Yeah, last year's tool drawing to talk about here, then we'll finally get to the overall ranking. Oh, boy, it's gonna be fun. But let's talk about the what's more with the pink painted trends again, which is actually a fantastic premiere episode, honestly, in my opinion. It's one of at least that we watched a lot, honestly. Where we see everyone in the rematch episode, where Priya, by late last season, has a returning because her parents decided to upgrade the money until she's 40, which is pretty hilarious, honestly. They found that, they find out what happened, and then ends up again when she starts like, no, no, no! And then we see Scary Girl try to actually be normal, because everyone thinks it's scary, especially the name is Dog, which is pretty hilarious. And we see pretty much Bowie, the final two, pick the teams for the season. And you get some interactions, especially with Ripper actually being definitely a lot less egregious as it was last season. And weird, honestly, though we'll get there when we get there. And honestly, and you saw the whole Julia MK alliance, which that's gonna have a weird alliance if you think about it, most because they really hated each other last season, and now they're like best of friends here, which kind of odd if you really think about it, but they do have great moments enough to where I definitely don't mind it at the end of the day. And I find some other things, and also Caleb's getting a lot more screen time in the season, for better for worse, which we'll get into. And it's pretty much his own like thing this season is trying to form alliance with Priya to win the season, which, well, I get honestly, it's like, can't form relationships with anyone else. And it kind of does, but kind of doesn't. But not to tell before we get to a lot of the episodes, because that could get some very frustrating moments at times, like really frustrating. See, still is late itself, time being sponsored by this Silver Suit Soda to also trying to start on time, honestly, and Michelle being canceled, what happened, but actually ends up being an actual actress this time, which is kind of own story. The only thing we get from Michelle this season, which again we'll get into. We won't get into. And the challenge basically ends up being kind of like a parody of the Squid Game challenge, where like green lights, and they end up played by Granny Hatchet, Chef's grandma, who ends up actually come the greatest pitcher in the history of the women's baseball league. And then everyone's reaction down and was like, holy shit. But it gets some hilarious moments throughout the whole challenge, and Michelle ends up winning the challenge for everybody. And then everyone wasn't sure who to vote out, and then Scary Girl, who thinks she might actually be the booze, like I tried to be normal here. I tried to actually be like, it's not about books and trying to see happy acts. Sometimes we use windows and even closets while you start the night. And I was like, I think we made a decision, and Scary Girl gets brought out. So yeah, fantastic premiere episode. And then we get taken to Reboot, which ends up being another solid one, in fact, for like one particular moment. But it's a challenge where they go for like certain slides, to get some point advantages, to get some great interaction with the characters. So this weird thing where Ripper has a thing for Axel. That's weird. But Ripper out of nowhere has a thing for Axel, which, considering that they have a bit of a rivalry with the last episode and the previous season, this just come way. Talk about coming out of nowhere. Like, really? Axel, like, what? I'm sorry, it's just hilarious how out of nowhere it was. Like, really hilarious. You also get some fun interactions between Roger Wayne and Bowie. And like, I kind of wish that Roger Bowie had more screen time here, but the time together is still pretty great. And Caleb still trying to make the alliance of Priya happen, Z being Z, all that stuff, and Julia being Julia, MK being MK. Really hilarious moments. Also, Damien being Damien, who again still consistently hilarious throughout the season. And then she has to do challenge blindfolded and everything, and then Millie ends up tricking Damien to go on the 4-point slide that wasn't involved in the challenge. And ends up waiting for the team, which obviously everyone's not happy about, which I'm like, even then I was like, really? Turned to, wow. You really feel bad for Damien in this episode. And he ends up winning because of Emma actually tricking Chase into basically filming an intro for a Wildslide video, because that's probably got more of his videos, and then that leads to his boots. Again, that thing with Molly and Damien does kind of bring down a little bit, but it's still not a solid episode. And then we get You Poor Saps, which again, she's on a lot of the same storylines, getting the whole like Damien be upset and Millie, even comparing to the time where Ripper accused Piers of human shield. and then and also kind of the whole like cheating thing they ended up doing, where MK decides to actually be an intern trying to get intel challenges, which I thought would be a fun storyline actually, and I thought it makes some pretty fun moments. With Roger really not being like totally fond of it, which I totally understand, and then Bowie being like so conflicted by everything and not wanting to lie to Raj, but not needing to win challenges, which actually makes some pretty great moments actually, and yeah, Millie gets some of her better moments here. Actually, apologizes to Damien and go and everyone being covered in stab and a lot of people being stuck together and everything. Again, I don't have much to say about this episode as a whole, honestly. It's definitely going to weakest, and then Millie ends up getting voted out for not reading the journal that Priya gave to her. So, again, another solid episode. And then we get to choosing for a bruise then, which ends up being one of the more hilarious episodes this season. And most unfortunately with the Buddhist episode, we get some pretty hilarious stuff, honestly, with basically everyone just amidst certain random questions like out of nowhere, and then their reactions end up being pretty hilarious. Emma thinking she's like a people person, but then she ends up getting the questions all wrong, and they're going with her opposite instincts and everything, and it's leading to them actually losing, actually, continuing with the Sheen storyline as well, and Axel still having anything for representing Axel, even name to her, but Axel's like, I'm sorry, you're not my type, sorry. You're not my type, sorry. But he still goes great back and forth, like Kayla having some of his more better moments, and kind of, this, and while Priya has not having a crush on episode 2, this kind of like really starts the whole romance between them, actually. But now Kid's having some more hilarious moments, and Bowie being Bowie, and MK having some great moments as well. Again, her and Drea work pretty well off each other in this season. Definitely one of the better parts of this season for sure. For sure, and then and every day ends later, Emma unfortunately getting the boot this early, which again, I'll say it's pretty unfortunate, honestly, that Emma doesn't get much. I'll say, it's kind of disappointing Emma doesn't get much to do this season at the end of the day, unfortunately. But it does end with a pretty hilarious moment that does put this episode definitely a bit higher than it should be. And now, of course, the fact that to find that Axel has poetry, Rupert reads a poem to Axel, which is pretty hilarious. And he tries to do poetry, and then everyone thinks Axel's gonna murder him, but he ends up kissing him. Chris like, yeah, can you show interpretation, or is that gonna be a problem? So, then we get Ice to Beat You, which was a pretty solid episode. That episode was kind of pretty solid until the end. Here's some funny Michelle moments where he ends up like saying, yeah, how many movie stars, you're more small town did it to you. Oh, snap! And you know, on the more the Sheen storyline, honestly, when even wrote a little bit on what's the plan on the Ripper about getting like keys in the ice. And at least there's some nice conflict between everybody, and of course, Z kind of finding out about Priya's crush on Kira, but turns out he can't like keep secrets. And he's even trying to save him Sora to basically trying to stop him from revealing the secret, which has become a problem in storyline in the next few episodes, which has some good moments, but of course, how it ends is just, again, it won't get there. And the team is and then the team is losing for the third time in a row, not sure who's going to vote out. And then out of nowhere, and then Michelle basically says, start being against Hollywood, basically getting a script for a future movie, and ends up leaving. And it turns out Julia, for what happened, and this kind of starts the whole of Julia being a supervillain and end up doing stuff off screen that's just like, okay. And that kind of fortunately ruins the episode a little bit, because unfortunately kind of wastes the potential that the show had, honestly. So yeah, I still saw these in episode. That whole thing really does ruin it a little bit. So I'll say it's probably the weakest one so far, unfortunately. And then we get to Can You Believe It, which actually the merge episode, actually. Also, I mentioned that as after basically the whole like Ripper Axel thing, they pretty much come and leave Jeff and Bridget. Like, they're not as annoying as they were, honestly, but it's pretty fortunate that I feel like that's all they can do with these characters at the end of the day after this episode, which is pretty unfortunate, honestly. And then Chris ends up finding out about how MK being intern, and then he's more upset. I like how he's more upset about not her cheating, but taking his hair dry, which, like Chris having a bad hair day in the last episode. And everyone being the teens, actually, and then MK having a bear. Making some pretty hilarious moments between everybody as well, especially with Damien and Z, and then of course Z finding out the kill might be kill, and so it's actually strategy, and then Z not sure what to do about it. And I was like, the romance between Priya and Kill is something that on principle I don't actually mind, actually. I think the real problem as we get to later in the episodes that it goes on for way too long. And it kind of touches the worst elements of Priya's character, which we'll get into. It's a romance I really don't have any issue. It's a romance that, on principle, I don't have any issue with. And actually, honestly, I don't mind them being together, honestly. Like, in theory, they actually do have some really fun moments, especially in this episode. And they came up, realized that Priya had brain and made the cream more of alliance. But Zio's like, oh, he's still using her, so. Yeah, it's kind of complicated. Like, I don't mind that in theory. But again, it chose to work as a Priya character, and kind of goes on way too long. Which again, we'll get into and get into later episodes. Also, Caleb getting kind of an idiot too as well. That was also no Peter. But it's also the worst element of Caleb's characters. They can be kind of stupid and idiot at times. Yeah. But overall, yeah, another fun solo episode that has great character moments. Again, Boy gets again the boot here, which I'm not surprised by. So yeah, going above, I'll say I'm going to put it around in the middle of the list. Then we get to Fun Fight at the OK Corral. Which again is another decent episode, honestly. I don't have much to say about the episode as a whole. I mean, you get some fun ones between Ray and Raj, like Tom and Julia anyway, and they end up winning immunity. Actually got Owen returning, which ended up becoming a nice thing. Like, Owen, yes, he's at the start of the episode in general. And it ends with an Axel boot where Ripper ends up joining her where they realize that it doesn't want Axel to go. Which, I can't, again, it's probably one of the more good episodes of the season, but not bad, just, yeah, probably going to the bottom of the list so far. And then we get to Holland and Ballin, which is a fun episode, but kind of a frustrating one. As he's still trying to keep it a secret, honestly, and even trying to end up eating his first time like his pants in his mouth, which is like, okay. It's like, what the New Jersey is they doing? And him trying to get a whole energy. He gets a fun fan service to moments between between the challenge and everything. Challenge ends with Priya Kip actually getting their first kiss, which is magic. But he's like, stop! I can't kiss my head anymore. Priya, Kip doesn't like you. Just him to win. He told me himself. And Kip's like, yeah, but I can explain. Again, Star Kill being just way stupid. And then he ends up revealing all the secrets, and he ends up getting the boots. Which, again, I think is a lot more unfair than his first one, honestly. I do love ZC. He's also one of my favorite characters in Total Drama because he's just good vibes all the way, and I always am a sucker for those characters if done right. And yeah, definitely had some fun moments, honestly. But I probably put it above the Ice episode, honestly. Though it does can be a very frustrating episode. And it's also the worst of Priya's character, where she ends up getting like super angry a lot of times at this episode, and like ends up being pretty stupid about it. So like, yeah. And then we get to Breaking Up Hard to Do, which is honestly, I'm gonna say it, this episode is bottom of the list so far. I found episode to watch, considering it focuses a lot more on that Caleb and Priya relationship. I'll follow the rest of that episode. It's just not that funny of an episode in general. Kim went to a meeting when you get voted out. Then MK gets the boot actually and gets a very heartwarming moment between her and Julia. Which I mean, it's kind of sweet, honestly. That was kind of awkward a little bit, but it's kind of sweet, honestly. Again, they're definitely one of the best parts of the season, honestly. But the whole thing, I feel like Caleb does bring it down to the bottom of the list. And then we get to episode 10, Stuck in the Drain, which just has some fun, challenging moments in general. Especially with Damien and Rain and Raj, honestly. And then, first one actually give someone else immunity if they actually win immunity. And then basically takes on the whole frustration between Priya and Caleb, and they believe in Julie for some reason. You know Julie's a manipulative bitch of character. That's for her winning immunities by them trying to stop her from winning. Basically, them actually remain to love to each other, and then Caleb loves him, which is a sweet moment, honestly. And it's ruined the fact that Julie gave Caleb immunity for him to do whatever he wants for the rest of the season, which comes off screen, by the way. And sadly, Damien ends up getting voted out. And I also got to mention that Damien also finds the idol, as I got to mention the idol ends up being a thing again this season, and Damien ends up finding it, ends up trying to find different hiding places, and Julia ends up finding it, and then Damien ends up not getting it, and he ends up getting the boots, which, again, I'll say it's pretty unfortunate for Damien in this episode. I do feel bad for him, honestly. I won't say it's a totally unfair episode. I can totally get the frustration behind it. So yeah, I'll probably put it above the Ice episode. And then we get to Working K95, which is an okay episode at best, honestly. Like, again, takes on the whole, like, again, because this story is going for way too long at this point. And also, the fact that Priya had to make it this far, it's kind of, like, why? These are one of the reasons, so why she would make it this far, right? Like, I don't get it. It's not kids where they kind of focus on characters that made it far this season again, and not focus much on the actual hit stuff with Caleb, and then Caleb's still stupid. kind of still kind of some fun moments, especially seeing MacArthur from Doctor's race here. And it ends with Raj actually getting eliminated and then having a pretty touching moment with him and Wayne. But otherwise, it's another kind of forgettable episode. Thankfully, episode 12 off the hook is another better episode. You know, it still tears down with the whole like Caleb being stupid and having back and forth between Priya and Julia. Wayne just has a good moment standing out a little more on his own this time around. And he gets some fun back and forth between all the characters. Again, Caleb wins immunity, and then he gets saved, and then shocking moment that Wayne ends up being the finale. And it was like, I don't know, nobody thought he made this far. True, yeah, fair enough. You're not wrong. Total stunner, bro. Then Priya originally saved, then Julia ends up using her immunity, which Priya ended up having out of battle 4, honestly, but you know, I don't make the rules at this point. And no surprise, Priya finally gets the boost. Finally. Okay, honestly, when Priya's angry, I really don't like that side of her character, honestly. They thought it doesn't like too much to really deter my thoughts of Priya's character as a whole, but it does kind of bring it down a little bit, my overall character, as a character overall. But it's still a solid episode. I probably would put it above this episode. Like, I'll probably put it, like, I would say in the middle of the list, honestly. And now we get to the last episode of Total Drama in this ranking series. I really hope you guys have been enjoying this. I've been having a blast talking about these episodes of Total Drama. And of course, after this, I'll do another video where I'm going to plan to rank every episode of Total Drama ever. Like, every single episode in general. So, I hope that, as we get to now, the finale, Sore Losers, which, finally, the first episode has been my favorite season so far, actually. But honestly, this is another season where I think the finale is the best. This finale I mentioned is also in the debate with the finale of Doctor's Race as the best finale in Total Drama, as it is an epic finale in general, where the challenges are great, the character moments are great, again, Scary Girl being Scary Girl, having by the ways that this time the players actually can choose what team they're on this time around. And basically people like Mom and Kayla, like Emma, Davey, and Michelle, more of the characters don't want Julia to win. But they're the ones that are more screwed by Julia, which I totally get it. And then people were like, wait. And then Julia only having MK. Which again is pretty hilarious actually. It's probably, as of right now, this is probably one of the more unpredictable finales that you really do not know what is gonna happen. Like even though Wayne might be a finale, he ends up really proving himself actually and all that stuff, and it's one of those where you don't really know who's gonna win. It's one of the more unpredictable finales in Total Drama actually. And if it leads to a Wade win, it's actually surprising actually, which, well, I can see why, which again, why I think his winner path should be a little more developed. I can at least see what they were trying to go for here, with it being like so unexpected. Honestly, and Julie, I don't mind what it went, honestly. I actually do not mind it, honestly. Do I wish it was done a little more differently? Probably. But in the end, I don't mind it, actually. I think it's actually I think it's actually a little more satisfying because everything that Caleb and Julia went through. Like, yeah, I'm okay with this. So yeah, top of the list. Great character moments, great ending to a lot of arcs, honestly. So yeah, a win in my book.